I'm making a weird game where you build your own factory to create and sell humans, starting from cells all the way up to a fully grown guy. But currently, the game is missing something essential that every good factory and management game needs: efficiency. You see, if you overproduce anything, there's no way to redirect or filter it, so it will get stuck on the machines and go to waste. That's why I'm adding new machines to the game that allow you to sort and filter items so you can avoid waste and make the most profits possible. Currently, the only way to guide the path your products follow is by using conveyor belts, but you can't make those split into different paths. That's why the first type of machine I'm making allows your products to change paths so you can send a resource to multiple machines that need it, instead of having to generate the same resource for each machine. I created 4 variations of what I call the splitters, since they split the paths. You have one that sends the products forward and right, another one that sends them forward and left, the third one only sends them left and right, and the last one sends them left, forward and right. I know these machines look the same, they are just block, but they're not going to stay like that. I'm giving them some proper designs later, I'm just checking if they work. Now that you can split resources into different paths, you'll be able to send the extra production of a resource to another machine that also needs it, and do cool stuff like what I have set up here. Just one generator machine can reach 4 processor machines by using the splitters. But what if you want to filter a specific product from a path? That's what the selectors are for. They are like splitters, but they redirect an item you select. The rest will just go forward as normal. For this one, there's only 3 variations. One that will throw the filter items to the left, one that throws them to the right, and the last one can have a filter to the left and right. To give you an example of where you can use these machines, I have a scenario for you. You're producing multiple products that are being sent to one conveyor belt line, but you don't want the muscle cells, which are the red ones by the way, to go into the seller machine. You can put a selector to filter the muscle cells and take them somewhere else. That's pretty cool, right? Machines are already functional, so it's time to replace the blocks with some 3D models to make them look good. I started with some drawings for the splitters to experiment a little bit with how could they look before going into 3D. The designs are not as crazy as the ones I did previously for the rest of the machines, but the results are good enough for me to move into 3D. When I started modeling the splitters, I experimented some more to make the model have a shape that represents parting ways, and ended up with this model for the splitters. For the selectors, I went straight to modeling without drawing first, and made it very similar to the splitters, since I think I nailed the shapes for the sorting type of machine. So I just added some color and details to make them look good and make them different from each other, and it worked pretty well. Then I created the models for the machine variations, so the sides that are not used are closed to represent how that machine variation works. I set them up in the game making software and added arrows that indicate to which direction the product will go for the splitters, and for the selector machines, I made an icon of the currently filtered product appear on top of the machine to further help differentiate what these machines do. Because when you have a complex abomination of a factory, you'll want to know what is happening at a glance. The designs of these new machines are not as flashy or crazy like the other ones, but they fit the aesthetics really good, and their design reflects what they do, so that's great. The problem now is that even though the new machines are already in the game, you can't really place them because I ran out of space to put them on the build menu to be selected. And even if you could select them and place them, there are no menus for you to change the filtered item on selectors or change the settings on splitters, so I need to fix that. I was forced to make a new menu for the build mode that can hold all the machines. It's like the previous one, but it's separated into 2 categories: the basic machines and sorting machines. You can select one by pressing the number key that's below it and swap the category by pressing tab. I also made the menu clickable now because it was a suggestion by Mijo in the comments of the past video. So now you can select things with the mouse instead of just pressing keys if you prefer that, which honestly should have been an option from the start. Now for the selectors, I made a menu that will be different depending on the type of selector that you pick, showing you 1 or 2 slots to filter items and to what direction they'll go. You just click the slot and assign whatever product you want to filter in the menu that pops up. For the splitter machines, I also made a menu that dynamically changes depending on the type you select. The menu shows the directions the products are sent to, and you can increase or decrease the turns on the machine. The turns just indicate how many times the machine will send products one way before changing the direction the products are sent to. Here's an example of a machine that has 3 to the left, 2 forward, and 1 turn to the right. It was a very good thing I was forced to remake the build menu. It's not like the new one is revolutionary or anything, but compared to the piece of garbage the previous menu was, this one is fire. Anyway, after all of that, I can finally say the game has the efficiency component now, and you can be as efficient or inefficient as you want when building your own factories. By the way, if you're curious, the game is gonna be launching this year. Probably around late September, but there's still a lot of work to do. You may have noticed that there are 2 empty slots for machines on the build menu. I'm planning to fill those spots with new machines in a later devlog, so make sure to absolutely crush that subscribe button so you don't miss what those new machines are. See you on the next one. Bye bye.